Last year, when I started this channel, I told myself I was going to do one thing: be consistent, post more, record more, edit more, post more on other platforms, TikTok, IG Reels, all that kind of stuff. And what ended up happening in the beginning of this year is I lost motivation. I simply lost motivation. And it wasn't just with this, it was actually with a lot of different things in life, right? I lost motivation. I was kind of just doing things, but I wasn't doing things with the passion that I was doing it with, in 2025, right? I was still working out, I was still running, I was still, working, I was still making content, but I wasn't doing it to the same level or the same, I guess, vim or passion that I was doing it the last year. And I couldn't quite put my finger on what the issue was. I couldn't quite figure out why this was happening, right? Because I told myself all last year, the main thing I wanted to do this year was just be more consistent, do more, work more, make everything just better. And I couldn't figure out why for 3 or so months, I just felt stuck in one spot. And I think a lot of us probably get into that position where we're just stuck in one spot. You don't know what to do next, right? Maybe you graduate, you don't know what to do next. Maybe you get married, you don't know what to do next. Maybe you accomplish one major goal. Like for me, running that marathon, I really didn't know what to do next. I didn't even know if I could run anymore. I didn't know if I wanted to run anymore. I didn't know how to kind of progress past that. You get a new promotion at work, and then you kind of just don't have passion for work anymore, right? You get what you've been wanting, you get what you've been asking for, you get what you've been waiting for, praying for, fasting for, all the things you kind of worked towards your life, and you get to the point and you accomplish that thing, and then you don't really know what to do next. And I felt like that was where I was for a long 3 months. Pretty much 3 months, I was stuck in that one spot and I didn't know what to do. And what ended up kind of finally pulling me out of this specific spot, which is I wasn't posting on YouTube as much. I wasn't recording. I wasn't editing. I wasn't doing things I told myself I was going to do. And what finally pulled me out was I was obviously on a trip to London and Malta. And you know what? I finally understand why people kept telling me travel more, take trips, do other things. You're always trying to focus on work, or doing whatever you're doing, that you actually kind of miss out on what could be motivating you outside of what you're doing, right? It's like, think of it like a sports league. Think of it like a sports league. The league is what, 6 months out of the year, 8 months out of the year, 9 months out of the year, whatever it is. Imagine all these players played their sports for 12 months out of the year, and that was it. That's what I was trying to do with this, with my life, basically. I wanted to just go 100 miles per hour with no stops, with no breaks, and I thought, it's been working kind of throughout my 20s. Let me just keep doing it. But it wasn't working with this specific thing. It wasn't working with this specific thing. And people kept telling me, man, when you get on YouTube, be consistent. 2 videos a week, record all the time, post all the time, edit all the time, keep people's eyes on you and da-da-da-da. And I was like, man, that's not really, like, obviously, yes, I'm consistent. Yes, I work hard, but it doesn't really feel like that's so sustainable. And I started, kind of branching out into the people I listen to. As other people were like, you know what? If you feel like you need to take a break, take a break. And not just like stop recording, take a break and do something else that you love. Do something else that will kind of like restructure your brain and make you kind of figure out how to do better at your main thing. And that's what that trip actually did for me. Going out and just being away from a camera, being away from my setup, being away from everything, kind of made me realize, you know what? This is what I really care about. This is what I really want to do. Let me go back to that. And it was one simple statement that kind of just made everything kind of click back into my head. Talking to my cousin's wife about, I do YouTube, I do content creation, I do all this kind of stuff. And she's like, oh, why'd you stop, recording? I like YouTube, they like this, just continue progressing. And when I'm at the wedding with my cousins and we're talking and everything, they're all like, oh, I really like that thing that you were doing, and you should do more of it, you should be more consistent, more. I'm thinking to myself, why did I stop? Like why did I allow myself to just fall into a malaise of just whatever, I don't know what to do next, I don't know what to do. Where did the motivation go? And I realized to myself, you can't just outwork the process or outwork the the grind, or try too hard to work too hard, or work too much, or try to be too consistent. I feel like that's the biggest thing that I learned in 2026. Trying to be too consistent. Like, you can allow yourself to fail a couple times because it's just natural. On my other channel, I post a little bit more consistently, yes, I'll admit, but then there was a period between, I don't know, maybe maybe September, August, September to the end of the year, right? Maybe like a 4-month period where there was so much growth in my channel, right? There was so much, I was getting so many more views, there was so much growth, and I was progressing well. And then January hit, and I was really, like, it really took off, right? It really started to look like I wanted it to look. And then in February, it started to slow down a little bit. And I was like, I told myself the motivation wouldn't be the views, or wouldn't be, the potential financial gain that could come with it. But then I realized that's kind of just unrealistic. That's kind of a lie, right? That's kind of a lie. Like, if you got a promotion at work, if you're working and you're working hard, you want a promotion, right? You want more money. If you're working out more, you want more muscle. You want to be able to run longer. You have to be able to progress in whatever you're doing. And I kept telling myself, you know what? I don't care about the progress. I don't care about the numbers. I just care if I can impact one life, if one person enjoys the video. But I was like, you know what? You can have passion and also want external things out of it. It's okay. Why am I lying to myself about what I'm doing? It's okay to have passion for something and also want to gain from that thing. That's perfectly fine. So I stopped lying to myself. I said, you know what? Fine. It is what it is. I'm going to change that stance and the way I view what I'm doing. And that was kind of what just rejigged my mind. And you know what I said? Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Stop worrying about this and worrying about that and worrying about if this video was as good as the last video. And I think for a lot of people, we get into that position. We get into that position where you don't know where to do next after you accomplish something that you want to accomplish. After you hit a goal you wanted to hit, you don't really know what to do next. You think it's this, and then you find out doing that doesn't really give me what I wanted. So what is the main reason you started doing this thing in the beginning? And this is where, like, every part of life. What is the main reason you started doing this thing in the beginning? And I think once you just stay true to that, or at least for me, once I stayed true to that, idea, or stayed true to that mindset, I tell myself, you know what? It's actually not that bad to stay motivated, not that hard to stay consistent, because I know what the original goal is. I'm gonna focus on that the entire time. I think it's kind of the whole, no money can ever make you, as happy, or there's no amount of money that you can make that will make you. It's just about what is the passion behind the thing you're doing. And if you continue to make money from it, great. But if you're just chasing the money, or if you're chasing whatever it is, you're never going to be satisfied with what it is. But if you're chasing the passion, chasing the joy that it brings, chasing the contentment that comes with what it is you're doing, then maybe it's a little bit easier to stay consistent and stay motivated. So me, I'm not saying I cracked the code. I'm not saying I've figured it out. I'm not saying I'm, a guru or whatever. But for me, what I'm realizing now is, you know what? It's not about 100 miles per hour. It's not about always working. Sometimes it's about taking breaks, taking trips. The thing people kept telling me all throughout my 20s, take trips, travel, explore the world. You're going to see how much better it'll make your life. I was thinking, how much better can it really make your, it actually makes even if you don't do anything on the trip, it actually just makes your life better, because it reminds you of what life is about. Life is not just about a camera and YouTube. Life is about the world. It's about seeing your family. It's about seeing your friends. It's about seeing your experiences, living your experiences. And I've been holding that back from myself for too long. So you know what, guys? I'm letting go a little bit, but also at the same time, reminding myself why it is I do the things I do and why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing. And yes, this is an exciting period. I feel like I've been awakened. I feel like I've seen the light, and I'm ready to record more. I have like 20 something ideas in my phone that I haven't recorded yet. And you know what? I'm just gonna go out and record them. Why not? I told myself I'll record more, so just go and record more. enjoy it a little bit more. Stop being so strict with your life. Stop being so, it has to be like this, it has to be like that, it has to get this many views, it has to get this much money, it has to do this, that. Just be a little bit more loose. I'm structured, like still do it right, but be a little bit more loose with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for today. Bye.